If you're a business owner and you're still making and receiving calls manually, then you're probably losing a lot of time and losing a lot of money. In this video, I'll show you how to build an automatic appointment setter using Retell AI, N810, and Google Sheet. This isn't theory. You can copy it, tweak it, and have it book calls where you're working on your high-value tasks. Everything is linked in the description, so you can plug and play into your own system. And if you at any time want my assistant, I do leave free consultation links down in the description. Let's dive in. Amazing. So now to get started, what we need is this Retell agent, which I will be providing in the description. So you can just import it. And the way that you do that is that you come into here, you import, and voila, you have it for yourself. And now we go back to the agent, and just to give you a walkthrough of what we have, we pretty much have for this example, the agent that is meant for a real estate company. So it wants to qualify people to then have a call with Marco and set an appointment. Now we want to set an appointment, and to do this, there's a few things that I want you to configure. First things first, I want you to configure your time zone. For me, it's Europe, Rome. For you, it might be America, Los Angeles, or America, New York, or I think United Kingdom, London. I'm not entirely sure about that. You need to look it up. But I want you to set that up. Beyond that, I think the agent is pretty you can work with it right out of the box. Of course, you can change its context if you want it to fit for your context, or for a recommendation I can give you is just take this prompt and put it into ChatGPT, give a context into what you're doing, and it will pretty much change it for you. But just to give you an idea, it will qualify the person, so it will just make sure that it is the name that we assign it, and then it will ask them whether they want to come for a visit and book a slot for them. Now, to book a slot, what we are going to do, so the calendar management system we're going to use here is cal.com, which is natively integrated with Retell, which makes things very, very easy. So what you need to do is sign up for cal.com. You should have an account, and yeah, what we need to do is pretty much just have an API key. And once you have, so you come here, you get the API keys, click on add, you put a name for it, and then you can set never expires if you want, or set a date. Anyways, and then you will get an API key. You copy that API key. And please make sure to not lose this API key, because you will, of course, need to put it now. So what I recommend to do is just take this API key and put it in your notes. And another thing that we will be needing is maybe the 30 minutes is better. Whatever, that doesn't really matter. You will need is the ID of the event. So in this case, the ID is this number that stands between the dash and the question mark. And this will allow us to identify which of these events we want to target. So the API key is pretty much giving us the key for our account, cal.com account, and the ID is pretty much giving us access to which slot do we want to look for. In this case, we wanted the 15 minutes one. Sweet. Please copy that as well, put it into your notes, and then you come back into Retell. And what you do then is you go into book appointment, and you pretty much change the API key that you will find here that you copied before. You paste it here, and the event ID, you also change it and you paste it here. I already have done that. And once you do that, please click update. Cool. And do the same thing for check availability calendar availability. You put the API key and then you place also the ID. Super. Then close. Another thing, just for your information, that I added is the post-call analysis. And what this does is that allows us to pretty much get a summary of the call. Just a quick overview of how the call went, which will help us later to be able to track how all of our calls went without really needing to read the transcript. So it pretty much creates a summary, a condensed version of how the call went. Now, what's important is the webhook. And to set this up, we will need NA10. But just to give you a quick idea of what webhooks do, and what we will do here is that we will set up a connection to NA10 in order to receive this call information. For example, the call summary, we will receive it and we will capture it through the webhook. The webhook is pretty much listening for information that is coming in this case from Retell. So we will pretty much be transferring it to the webhook so that then we can work with it in NA10 and potentially bring it into Google Sheet and record it in Google Sheet or whatever CRM of your choice, really. Amazing. So let's get into NA10 then. I already actually built it, but I think it's worth redoing to kind of give you an idea of how it works. So what you need to do is you will come here and you will create webhook. And what we need is the production URL. And please copy this URL. Just make sure to have it somewhere safe so you can place it later into make.com. Into Retell. And there is one thing that I need your attention here for is the HTTP method, and we need to set post. It's a bit confusing because you would imagine that you would be receiving, so you would have a get HTTP module, but NA10 works in a way that you need to replicate the HTTP method of where you're receiving the information from. In this case, from Retell. So we would have post, and we just set post. So yeah, just do that, set to post, and then let's go back, let's save. And what we can do is actually let's test this here. So we put in executions so we can kind of see what's going on. And I go ahead in Retell and I change the agent level webhook. And yeah, let's do this generally to feel better about myself is I change the word and then save, just to trust a bit more the saving of the changes. Amazing. So let's test. Hey there.
Hi, this is Emma from Vista Homes. Is this Mo?
Yeah, that's me.
I'm following up on your interest in one of our listings. Just wanted to check if you had any questions or if you'd like to book a quick viewing with Marco.
Yeah, let's book a viewing with Marco. How about Monday next week at 3 p.m.?
Let me check if Marco is available on Monday next week at 3 p.m. Great, Monday next week at 3 p.m. works. Shall I book it?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Perfect, your viewing is confirmed for Monday next week at 3 p.m. It'll send a confirmation email now and a reminder before the visit. Anything else I can help with?
No, thanks.
Your viewing is all set for Monday next week at 3 p.m. You'll receive a confirmation email shortly, along with a reminder before the visit. Let me know if there's anything else I can assist you with.
No, thanks, that's all. See ya, bye-bye. All right, so now we should have received some information. Yep, here it is. We got all of our info. So you saw all the information pretty much coming into our Retell, our webhook. So what we need to do now is to yes. So we want to copy all this information so we can work with it later. So this is all the JSON that came from the call, and I pretty much want to pin it in the editor. So here, so we can then just configure the call logs later. So let's save here. Cool. And at the same time, I want to check if the call was actually correct and it was oh yeah, here it is. So we have our call at 3 p.m. It was correctly scheduled. That's good. So check mark on that one. That works. Cool. So now what we're left with is pretty much set up the call logs, which I was trying before. But yeah, let's set it in anytime. So now we have our webhook, so it's receiving correctly the calls and everything. So what we need to do is now connect it to Google Sheet. Boom, Google Sheets. And then what we need to do is select append row and a sheet. Append just means that we are going to add a row in the sheet. Sweet. And well, I'm already connected. If you're not, please connect your credentials. It's pretty easy. You just sign in with your Google. Yeah, and then we append a row, and then we select the document that we want to select. In my case, it's called Vista Homes, and the sheet, it's lead. So in this case, it's call log, because that's where we want to put our information. So in this case, I'm just using transcript and summary as just dummy data, but you can really put anything that is available here in the call information that we receive after we finish the call. So let's type transcript. Here it is. Boom, voila. And then we also do the summary. And as you can see, the summary is a lot cleaner. It's a lot more, let's say, well structured information that we can just quickly skim through and read, as opposed to the transcript is pretty long, but it's still pretty good to have it and have an eye on what's going on. Amazing. So now we can perhaps test and see the information kind of going into our Google Sheet. Might take a sec. Maybe taking a bit of a longer sec. Not sure why. Okay, it came in, but in NA10 it's still struggling to... I'm really not sure why this is happening. Maybe let's stop it. Test the workflow again. Well, it's coming. I really don't know why. It's taking a while to work. I think it's because we have this here. Yeah, maybe that's delete it. Let's try again. No, it's still... I'm not sure. Well, if you know, please let me know why is it kind of like stopping here and not executing the flow. Anyways, we know that it works. So yeah, as you can see here, we got we got 3 tabs now. We got the call logs. Now, what you could potentially do also in this Google Sheet is that you could also, if you want to do batch calling, so if you want to use this agent for batch calling, so now we have pretty much the entire system that we can call people and we can schedule appointments with them. Now, if you want to batch call, I recommend you just do a very simple, a very simple sheet here where you put pretty much the name of the person you want to call. And if you want to batch call them, you just simply come here in batch call and you pretty much put a CSV. So there is a template that you can kind of look into. We'll open the... Yeah, you can see how it looks like. So you have phone number, dynamic variable 1 and dynamic variable 2. Actually, I think then it was wrong how I formatted it. It should be... If we look at the... Oh, we need to open it back again. Let me close here. Template. Yeah, we need to put the phone number first, and then we put the dynamic variables. So let me do that. We have, the phone number. And then we can put, actually we will need to put the phone number twice, in case, or no, we can keep it like this for now. Yeah, we can put the name. So this would not be capital name, and this would be lower email like this. Then you can download this, export it as CSV, comma separated values. You come again into the batch calling, you give it a name, so test. I don't have a phone number now, but well, you could buy it. And what you do is you just put your CSV directly here, you send, and then you pretty much batch call all the people that you will be placing here. So you can really scale this and put as many numbers as you want. And yeah, keep in mind that Retell has a concurrency of 20 calls per batch. So it will be calling like 20 people at the same time per batch that you're sending out. So yeah, that was it for this video. So hopefully it gave you a quick idea of how you can build this outbound calling system for, scheduling appointments, but you can really customize it for your own. And if you have any questions, and if you want to talk to me about how you can implement this for your business, I do leave consultation links in the description, so you can go there, grab that. And yeah, if you have questions, also you can leave comments. And if you found this video valuable, I would appreciate it if you leave a like and if you consider subscribing, because I make content around voice AI and similar videos to this one. All right, with that said, I hope to see you in the next video.